like the channel froze. Not really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands down here, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like the temperature zero. I'm the boys, they call me the hero. Heavy, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, get on, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, get on.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got the Chargers' superstar running back. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Chargers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And the big fella past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to about the 45.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Noble. He completes it to Hunter.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Chargers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Noble. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Noble. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Point after, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Vikings, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
On play action, they'll throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Jefferson. It's a gain of 5.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Noble. And that is incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun now on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Chargers.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurtled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. From the gun on third down, Noble. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle.
And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
Chargers 21.
So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down. And they may be going backward here. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 14 yards that time for number 14.
This is going well, guys. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They go play action here on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. trucks over it. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Gain of 16 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. To throw on second down. Noble. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick here is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll set up to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Third down, Dalvin Cook. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over first and 10. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 24-0 lead already in hand, really no reason to try to do anything too crazy here.
On first and 10, Noble. They'll find Everett there, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Looking to throw on second down. Noble. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Intended for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He's got a man. Complete. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going with some points on the board. They begin to have hope.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Complete to KJ Osborne. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Cook up the gut. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 1st down.
Cook following the penalty. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 6. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3 yards. It's now 3rd and
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Hold on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Charger drive about to get going. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Noble. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hunter. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On first down, Noble. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunter. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
The tackling in this game has not been good so far. We've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort, I don't know if it's technique, but they'll have to work on that in practice.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
Illegal touching. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete. That's Hunter. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Back to throw again. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Caught. It's the tight end, Kelsey, for a Charger touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point up and through, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And taken right on the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and...
This is a counter play. Eckler, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Noble. It's Kelce on the grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Back to throw. Noble. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Second and 4. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? The game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Lewis Seal on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down. Noble. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Chargers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.